Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Robin Chilson writing in with the question about the Nikon D5500 versus the Nikon D7200. Two very nice top performing APS-C DX sensors, APS-C or DX, whatever you want, nomenclature you want, from Nikon. He says, I've looked at Canon versus Nikon. I too am buying my first. It appears that Nikon has a better processor, bigger screens, etc. And that's true. So then I narrowed it down between the Nikon D5500 and the D7200. Then when I consider video and the screen, I think the 5500 is better than the 72. But the 72 is weatherproof. The D5500 isn't. Makes me nervous. Which would you choose? He goes on to say, and if it's the D5500, the $400 difference is good savings to spend on lenses. What lenses would you suggest? Thanks. This is a conundrum I think a lot of people get into because their cameras are, there's advantages to the 5500. If I'm shooting video, I probably want the 5500 over the 7200, I think in every situation. If I'm primarily just shooting photography, I probably want the 7200 just because I like the dual command dials, the front and rear. That's probably what it comes down to for me. Weatherproofing's never been a big deal for me. I don't usually subject my cameras to anything more than a light rain or light snow, and the 5500 can handle that. So to me, the weatherproofing's not a big deal. If it is for you, then it's something you should wait in. But I think what it really comes down to is, if you're doing any amount of video, the 5500 I think is a better video camera simply for the vari-angle LCD. It's huge for video. The 7200, if I'm just shooting primarily photography, I would go with that for the dual command dials because I like having the front and rear. So that's my answer. Ideally, it's probably better if you don't have a big budget for lenses to get the 5500 anyways. Same image quality. Gives you the ability for video. And then spend that $400 on some good lenses, What lenses would I suggest? It depends what you're doing. A great route, as I always say, is the Sigma 17-50 f2.8 lens. Great lens, super lens. You can get it used for about $300. Add a Nikon 50mm f1.8G or f1.8D. Not a D if you're getting the 5500 and want autofocus. And you've got a great pair of lenses. Very sharp and will cover you for most situations, except really long. So, you could do that for the $400 difference. So if you didn't have the extra money for lenses, I would say to go that route. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me there? Do you agree with why I would choose the 5500 over the 7200, or are you reverse? And what do you think about the lenses? Do you agree with my selections there? The other thing you could do is you could go with the 18-55 VR kit lens. It's not fast, but you could add two primes in. Then you could have the 35 f1.8G, which is a fantastic little Nikon DX lens. And then maybe throw in something a little longer, like maybe the 85 f1.8, either G or D, depending on what you get and used and how much money you have, or the 50 as well. Maybe the 50 and something wider, like a older 24 f2.8D, and you'd have to manual focus that on a 55, but a wide lens, not so big a deal. In any case, what do you guys think? Which options would you go with? Leave some comments below. Let's discuss it. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com. And don't forget to check out our Nikon versus Canon, This Is Your Brain on Drugs t-shirts. Check them out. I think they make great Christmas presents for all your Nikon or Canon shooter friends or yourself. I'll put the link below for that as well. Thanks for tuning in, folks.